Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti from anthonymorganti.com, and this is episode 161 of Photo Critiques. And in this episode, I'm pleased to critique the work of Barbara Havrot. I hope I pronounced that close, Barbara. Barbara sent me in some really nice shots, and nice variety of shots too. This first one's this nice snow scene. Barbara did a great job of exposure on this shot. If you shoot a typical camera on auto in a snow scene, your camera will tend to underexpose the shot because it's trying to make the white snow gray, and it just comes out real drab looking. And you can see how bright and detailed this shot is. That's because Barbara exposed it perfectly. We have really white snow, and everything's exposed perfectly, the sky, and it's a real nice shot. We have a leading line off to the side with some people in the shot to offer scale, and it's a real nice shot. This shot here I like a lot too. I mean, our job really as photographers is to try to uh, photograph our subject in the best light possible. And you really can't move the sun around. You know, you could wait, come back at a different time of day or something like that. But what Barbara did here is she maximized the angle of the sun by getting down low and shooting up at the flower, so the sun is kind of shooting through the flower in a way, and we're getting this really nice detail on the flower. So that's what you got to do. It's working the scene. It all comes down to working the scene. And what you're doing is you're not only trying to like find a subject in the scene and try to find leading lines. You're trying to get an angle and the right focal length and the right lenses and the right aperture, so you utilize the sun or the light at its best. And that's what Barbara did here. I mean, it would not have been as good a shot if she stood up and shot down on the flower. This way here, the light is really adding accent to the flowers, and really a nice shot. Another thing, she shot it at f of 5.6, 105 millimeters, and it really blurred out the background real well, and it makes the flowers stand out. It's a really fantastic shot. This is a nice shot. And when I first looked at it, I thought, well, it's kind of busy, you know, it's a busy shot. And as I was looking at it, then I noticed the children over here. And that, you know, is really cool. Barbara put it off to the side, didn't have the kids as the center, you know, right in the middle. So you're kind of looking, and your eyes are looking for something to resolve on, and you find the kids. One thing I should suggest, though, if you really have busy scenes like this, and there's not a distinctive subject, there is in a way on this one with the kids, but still, even with the kids in this shot, you might want to consider converting it to black and white. Busy scenes sometimes come off better if they're in black and white, because we don't have all the busy color to confuse our brain too. We just have busy monochrome. So that usually works. So you might want to try converting this to black and white and see how it comes out. I like this shot a lot. You know, gray clouds, very foreboding. The only thing, it's a little crooked. Now, I think we get a little thrown off because I think this bridge slants down a little bit. It really does. But if you look at the towers, they're leaning to the left a little bit. And if we go down to lens corrections and we just hit auto, it might straighten them out. I think it overcompensated. Now they're leaning to the right a little bit. But you get the idea. I do believe it's just a little bit crooked. Leaning left. So just work on straightening this one out. This shot here I like, but you cut out the trees, the reflection and everything. Now we always hear, you know, teachers telling beginning photographers to fill the frame, and that's true to an extent. A lot of times when people are starting out in photography, particularly if they're taking portraits, they stand way too far back, and they're not filling the frame. When you're doing some landscapes, though, sometimes it's not to your advantage to always fill the frame. It's to have something further back and show more of the environment, and it will come off as a better shot. And I think because we have all this morning mist and very, you know, soft look to the entire shot because of the mist, I think if you were further back and this was smaller in the frame, and you got both the reflection and the tree in the shot and some space above it, I think it would have been a stronger shot. Now I don't know what was in the foreground here. Maybe you were cutting something out, but I think it would have been a really spectacular shot if it was back further. So you were using a 16 to 105 lens, and you were at 40 millimeters. So you definitely had room to zoom out a little more. And if you ever could get back here in the morning when it's like this misty and the sun is up like this, filtering through the mist, I think that would be a really cool shot. Also, there's some little spot there. I don't know if those are sensor spots, but you want the mist to be kind of uniform, throughout the shot and not be broken up by sensor spots. So go through the shot, look for sensor spots, and get rid of those. This is a cool shot. It's a really just a mundane scene. Probably nine out of 10 photographers would walk right past this and not photograph it. But it's a really cool shot, and Barbara did a nice job of having it going diagonally through the scene, so it goes from one corner to the other corner as you look at it. And it's processed beautifully, so we really shows the textures, the detail, and the color. Really well done. This shot here I like. It's just unbalanced, and usually if you got trees like this for framing, you need them more in the middle because we have this space over here. Also, we have a lot of busy stuff down here, which I don't think adds to the shot. Let me see if I could try to crop it to give you an idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I think like that. I think that is a stronger shot than the previous shot. Let me reset. Yeah, see, I think before was the stronger shot. So again, it comes down to working the scene, trying out different things. Try it asymmetrical, try it symmetrical, see what you come up with, zoom in, zoom out, stuff like that. It's a nice shot. I really like the shot. Very nice. 28 millimeters f of 7.1. The background probably with snow back here. Just makes the dying leaves stand out. It's really nice, a nice shot, nice detail. It's a really cute shot. Yeah, it's really a nice shot. The only thing though, it's so, again, fill in the frame, and I mentioned, you always hear, fill the frame, fill the frame. But in this shot, I think you could have backed up a little more. Get the entire hoop in the shot and some space above the dog's head. You ever print this, it's gonna get cropped in a normal 8x10 print, 16 by 20, 20 by 24. You're gonna lose some stuff on the sides. So if you use equal amounts on the sides, then the hoop will be cut off on both sides. If you favor it to this side, then the dog's going to be off center. So this one here, if you just could have zoomed out just a little bit and got the entire hoop in the shot, you would have had space above the dog's head too. Now this is where I think Barbara really excels. I think she is really a portrait photographer that takes landscapes too, whereas I consider myself a landscape photographer that takes portraits. I think Barbara really is a portrait photographer that takes landscape. She's very talented at doing both, but you'll see her portraits are really brilliant. This is a really nice shot. It's soft. Usually if you're photographing someone a little older, you don't want to do a really gritty, tight focused shot. It just isn't very becoming to the subject. So in this case it's soft. You want that. She has this nice catch lights in her eyes, and it's just beautifully exposed, and it's at 50 millimeters f of 5, and the background is blurred out real nice, so she really pops off the frame. So it's a really nice portrait. Very well done. This is absolutely gorgeous. Really nice shot. The lighting is pretty much perfect. So you have the black velvet I probably used back here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like some type of black blanket, black velvet type material, which really, doesn't reflect any light barely at all. So it's a really nice way to compose an image like this, and it's a really nice shot. The light is beautiful. We do get this shading, which adds a lot of depth to the shot, and it's just beautiful. The only small thing I could suggest is take the time, especially on newborns. They have the dry skin, and just get rid of the dry skin. You could do it in Lightroom, but it's probably, if you have Photoshop, it's a lot faster to do it in Photoshop and easier, because Photoshop has content aware cloning and content aware healing and stuff like that, so you could get rid of this dry skin. Also, if there's any spots in the blanket, like this white spot here that isn't totally black, get rid of that too. And this is just a great shot, Barbara. This is beautiful. Really a fantastic shot. Look at the great catch lights in his eyes. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking off to the side. I mean, he's not smiling either. What's the first thing when you grab a camera and you're going to photograph a kid? You stand there and you say, smile. Well, you don't always have to say smile. You really get some emotional shots of children. If you get down low, get down to their level, don't shoot down on them. Get down and either shoot right on their level or even a little up at them, and just have them look at, to the side, talk to them, and they don't have to smile. It's really, really a nice shot. This is my favorite. Look at this little girl's not smiling at all, not smiling at all. But it's so emotional. It's such an emotional shot. She's holding the flowers. Very cute, very cute. 50 millimeters, f of 5. The background's blurred out beautifully, so she really stands out. It's really a fantastic shot. Now, the lighting was such, it was existing light, so there's no catch lights in her eyes. But that's okay. Barbara softened the shot. You see how she's kind of soft? That adds to the emotion of the shot too. So if you have a situation where you can't get catch lights in their eyes, give enough exposure so at least we see their irises, like this little girl, and then you could soften it. Turn clarity down a little bit. You don't always have to crank clarity up. Turn clarity down just a little bit, and you get this nice soft kind of focused look to the shot. And it's a really, really strong shot. Very well done, Barbara. I think that's the last one. Yep, that's it. Barbara, thank you very much. Great array of photography. I really think you're super talented in everything, but you're particularly strong in your portraiture. So if you ever want to do candids and portraits and stuff like that, I think that is you're a natural at it. Very well done. And I'd like to thank everyone that watches all my videos. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys have time, go over to my website, anthonymorganti.com, and my website host provider quote fixed my website, so it's running a lot faster. I know for sure I definitely had the slowest website on the internet in the history of the internet. So hopefully it is a little more responsive if you go over there. And I'd like to ask you to go over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate that. And that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys soon.